Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Linda with Sophia Brings Light. That's the name of the channel. And again, my channel is just really my journey, as I am going about and doing things in this mystical, magical journey that I am and in my practice. My channel is like my video grimoire of what I'm thinking, what I'm reading, maybe some hauls on there. I love my cards, so I may give you some insights that I'm feeling on the cards or do some draws. You will get all of that on my channel. Occasionally, I will maybe do some of the workings, not my actual workings, but maybe show how I do some things. And finally, I am a Christian witch. So how do I practice? And sometimes I'll be talking about that because I like to share that with others who some people have problems with Christian mystics, which is whatever you want to be called. People have a problem with that. I don't. I feel like both fit each other well for me, and it works for me. And that's the whole thing about anybody in their practice. I feel like you got to do what works for you. If it works for you, boo, it is a great thing. Well, today what I wanted to discuss is what I'm reading. I am an avid reader. Now, sometimes it takes me a while because I will admit that I read about 2 or 3 books at a time so that I can go through them. And sometimes it takes me a while to finish a book. But I'm getting a pretty good library, and I also do online reading with my Amazon Kindle, so I have books on there. And usually what I do with my Kindle is that I will pick books there, but I also have the ebook reader where I have verbal books, or what I think it's called Audible. I also, and this is no plug because obviously I'm a small channel, so nobody's paying me to do anything, but a lot of times I get books on Audible, and as I'm driving and going around, I will listen to the books on Audible. If they have some great information and I feel like I want to continue with that, or I just want that book as a resource, then I will buy the book. So that, to me, sometimes it's nothing like actually having the actual book in your hand. I love the smell of books. I just love books. I'm going to tell you. But the bottom line is I have one room for all of my things, that my altars, my herbs, and everything is in this room. Though it's an okay size room, it's an average bedroom size. But it can get packed, and so I can't have all those books. So that's why I use the ebooks and Audible and things like that. Well, I'm going to start off by showing you what I'm reading, or talk to, if I can show this on here. Some of the books that I am reading online, and is, I'm going back to it, if I can get to it. I'm reading The Magical Prayers for the Christian Witch by Valerie Love. I just started that. And so I haven't gotten that far into it, but I have read her other book. Now she has 2 out, it looks like. She has The Spellcasters for the Christian Witch, and she has Magical Prayers for the Christian Witch. I'm just going to show them both there if you can see them. Those are both of the books. I am starting these. I just purchased them. I'm going to see where they are. I'm also doing the Inner Temple. Let me go back to that. It's kind of hard to show these books when you... Let me go. I am doing the Inner Temple. There it is right there. The Inner Temple by... I think it's Penzac. Let me try to get that up. Yeah, Christopher Penzac. I'm reading that. Actually, I'm reading that with a YouTuber. Sometimes YouTubers are going through books together, like a book club, and I'm doing that with another YouTuber that I found, and I thought that would be a good way for me to share. What am I also reading? So those are Two of them, one of them I have started, the other I haven't. The Inner Temple, I am going through. I think we're on chapter 4. I think that Mr. Christopher Penczak, this is the first book that I've read by him. Very insightful. He has some really good insights in here. It is fun to be reading the book with other people. I'm going to read you just a paragraph of something coming out of his book. He has, currently most of our evidence of spiritual energy comes from personal accounts rather than objective scientific data. Every individual describes the experience in a unique way, so we sometimes have diverging opinions on the spiritual energies. Different spiritual traditions call these forces by different names, and each name has a specific culture. Again, great insight. Helps you to kind of, I see where you're going there. Or if you don't agree, I'm finding that sometimes I agree with some books and sometimes I don't. But I'm really liking that. I feel like, once again, he has some very great insights into everything in that book. Now, one of the actual books that I have, and some of you probably have already read this book, but I'm just now going through it. This is more of a reference book. And here it is. It is the Grimoire of the Green Witch by Anne Moray. It's like a complete book of shadows. And again, this to me is more of a reference book. This is a book that I feel like that is good to pick up when you just want to use something for a reference to how to do something. Now, I am going to caution you here. I kind of pick out things and then I do what I choose to do, or I add my own touch to it. And so I use these reference books basically to have a base. And then, like I said, I almost always, sometimes but most of the time I put my own spin on everything. And since we're coming up to the season of Imbolc, I thought I'd just kind of read some of the activities here that she feels like you could do, or suggestions that she has for Imbolc. Imbolc is on 2/2 or February the 2nd. You could do different things, but she has some suggestions of white or pale blue candles, incense, choice of benzoin, vanilla, decorations. You can do flowers, green wreath on the altar, whatever. Rituals, lay a besom on the altar and decorate with white or light blue ribbons. Some of the foods that she suggests for Imbolc would be dairy products, onion, links, shallots, garlics, olives, foods that may contain raisins such as bread pudding or creamy soups, white wine. So those are some good suggestions. And then she has total suggestions for Imbolc. Yule greens to say winter, she says, burn Yule greens to send winter on its way. Makes the bride's bed on February 1st in the evening using corn or wheat dough made from a previous Lungnadesh. Dress her in white or blue, give her a necklace representing the season, lay her in a long basket adorned with ribbons, and light white candles on either side of the basket. Welcome the bride, both maiden and mother. Rest and prepare for the time of the seed. Cleanse. Lay the wand decorated with white and blue ribbons beside her. And she offers some other things. So she has different seasons, different espas, different sabbats, and everything that status that you could. She has I like to call these things suggestions. I don't honor all the seasons, but I do offer the different seasons of the year. I like to do something because I see seasons, fall, winter, spring, that kind of thing, and I like to sometimes honor the different holidays associated with those seasons, just because there are seasons in life, and I just like to honor the cycles of life. So I kind of see it this way. I think she may have more of a Wiccan kind of spin, which is cool. I'm not, but like sometimes I just like to read other traditions and kind of make it mine in a sense. So that is one book that I'm using, and I feel like it would be a good book if you just wanted a resource. And like I said, I know a lot of people have read that. Then the next book that I am reading, and I hope that you guys can see that, it's called Energy Essentials for Witches and Spellcasters. This book has been awesome. I just finished it about a week ago, and it's by Maya OM. I loved it. She really goes over energy, parts of energy, how energy is used in your spell work, um, how energy can be cyclical, how you can manifest with energy. I mean, it is very intensive. One of the things I wanted to share with you out of this book is that she has something called parts of spell work in the book that I kind of wanted to go over, and I kind of could see that and agree with it, and I just thought it was interesting to her insight on that. She says a good spell has three parts: a clearly stated goal, a sympathetic link between the mundane and the magical, and a way of raising energy that links the mundane to the magical. And I kind of, in a sense, it depends on your tradition. I could see all of these being a part of your work. You have to have some kind of stated goal. What are you doing? Even if you don't write it down in your mind, what are you doing? A sympathetic link. What links you to what you're trying to do? Be that colors, candles, whatever you use. But even the sympathetic link of using a person's name, your name, a piece of clothing, whatever. What is the link to the spell and a way of raising energy? However, that is prayer, petition, however you do to raise your energy, dance, song. And sometimes I use all of that to raise the energy to make it a little bit more magical. So once again, that would be, again, that's Energy Essentials for Witches and Spell Casting. And then the book that I'm trying to get through this one. I think I'm 3/4 of the way through. It's this book here, and you may have seen it. I think I've seen somebody else. It is by Melanie Marquise, The Witch's Bag of Tricks. Personalize your magic and kickstart your craft. Again, and I hate to say that this book I have found to be very good too. I really, really, really like it. It talks about different types of magic, binding. It gives you ideas on it. Imitative magic has different chapters. I feel like it is really good. I'm just going to go through some of the chapters here. Again, I felt like she was pretty insightful. I'm going through some of the chapters here. Out of the rut into the fire, what magic and we are made of. Increasing your potential power, or your power potential. Removing blocks to greater power. That was a very great chapter. It showed you what blocks may be keeping you from having the power that you need for and the intensity that you need for your work. Discovering affinity, spiritual development, psychic spell work, psychic development, divination, magical development, magical cooking from shore to charming, magical mistakes, and how to. This was another great chapter because she talks about some of the mistakes that you can run into when you're in a part of the craft or when you're doing things. Rules to break, better magical goal setting, better tools, positive binding magic, imitative magic. That's where I'm at right now. Prosperity magic, tips, tricks, and techniques, love magic, advanced defensive magic, mood lifting and luck magic, exploring possibilities, meet your destiny, mapping the road less traveled. Again, I felt like this was a book worth buying. With all these books, you know, you have to read with a objective eye. What do you agree with? What do you not agree with? What works for you? What doesn't work for you? When they have exercises, I'm going to be honest, I don't always do all the exercises. But if an exercise calls to me and I really want to try that, I will do it. books are a very important part of my practice, and so I really do use them. So that is it for now. I really appreciate you being guys with me. What books are you reading? How important are books in your practice? Have a very great day. Bye bye.